Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into Today in the NA. I'm Vinny Paraselli. We are down to just 8 teams in the quest for the Robertson Cup. We will preview all the division finals in just a moment, but first, we've got some NCAA commitments to share. Jackson Bisson of the North Iowa Bulls has committed to St. John's University. The veteran forward from Edina, Minnesota, played half the season in Chippewa before coming over to the Bulls. For the year, he had 14 goals and 23 points in 58 games. He appeared in over 100 career NAHL games, and in that time, he had 18 goals and 33 points. Minot Minotaurus forward Braden Fisher has announced his commitment to Minnesota Duluth. He appeared in 24 regular season games this year. He netted 6 goals and 19 points in that time. In his 3 playoff games, he scored twice and had 3 points. Odessa Jackalopes defenseman Jackson Hay is going to play college hockey at Aurora University. He appeared in 49 contests this season, scoring 3 times and registering 20 points. The leading scorer for Austin has committed to the University of Wisconsin. Gavin Morrissey had 17 goals and 61 points in 59 regular season games. He played in 101 career games, scoring 22 goals and 72 points. He also has 5 points in his first 3 postseason games this year. Chippewa's leading scorer Sam Rice has selected his college home. He'll be skating at Minnesota State Mankato. The NAHL's Forward of the Month for March logged 28 goals and 58 points in 57 games this past season. He's appeared in 72 career games and has 32 goals and 68 points in that time. Aberdeen's Jordan Ron will also be joining Rice at Minnesota State Mankato as the young forward has announced his college plans. He joined the Wings late in the season, playing just 8 games, but made a big impact with 3 goals and 10 points. He also scored a goal in the Wings' 3 playoff games. Now on to the division finals as just 8 teams remain in the hunt for the Robertson Cup. Of the 8 teams remaining, only the Wilderness and Mudbugs have won it before, with Shreveport winning it most recently in 2021. Let's start in the Central Division as the number 1 seeded Bruins take on the 3rd seeded St. Cloud Norsemen. These 2 teams played a lot against each other in the regular season, 12 times as a matter of fact. They each won 6 of them. 5 of the 12 games went to either overtime or a shootout, so we're fully expecting this series to go the distance and be 5 games. These are the regular season numbers. Just to be clear, Austin has the advantage on the offensive and defensive side of things as the numbers show, but like we said, these numbers might not mean anything given what we saw in the 12 games in the regular season. Both teams have power play units ranked in the middle of the pack, but the Bruins may have found it at the right time. They are 8 for 13 in the power play so far in the postseason at an outrageous 61.5%. St. Cloud was 0 for 10 in their series. Both teams had top 10 PK units in the regular season. We'll see if that success continues. For the Bruins, Austin Solani, Walter Zacher have been the catalyst for the offense. Solani scored all 3 of the Bruins' goals in a 3-0 win in Game 3. Zacher had a 2-goal night as well. Trent Wimkin sports a 1.63 and a 9.40 through 3 playoff games. For the Norsemen, they'll need to find the offense. Only 7 goals through their 3 playoff contests. They were good enough to get the job done, but that's because through 2 weekends of playoff hockey, Ethan Dahlmeyer has been the best goalie in the league. 3-0 with a .33 goals against average, a .986 save percentage to go with not 1, but 2 shutouts. If he continues to play like this, St. Cloud will be back at the Robertson Cup for the 2nd consecutive season. In the East Division, it's a rematch of the 2021 East Division Finals as Maryland takes on Maine. The Nordiques swept the Black Bears back in that series, but now Maryland will have home ice advantage. Both teams rank in the top 6 for offensive output. However, the key difference is that the Black Bears also rank near the top for goals allowed. They both boast top power play units, while the Black Bears PK is ranked 10th and Maine is ranked 25th. The Nordiques will have to stay out of the box if they want to give themselves a chance in this one. They will also need a big effort once again from Thomas Haney. Outside of Game 2, he was sensational in the series win against the defending champions, and even despite giving up 5 in the overtime win, his goals against average sits just under 2 at 1.92, and he has a .946 save percentage. William Hackison on the other end is at a 1.53 and .925. Philip Weiberg for Maine leads NHL players in points, playoff points with 7, 2 goals and 5 helpers. Brendan Gibbons, Henrik Hallberg, and Aiden Coop all had 5 points of their own in the series with New Jersey. Brad McNeil, Brandon Piku both logged 6 points for the Black Bears in their 3-game series. 7 other players had at least 3 points in that series as well. One more note, these 2 teams split the season series 4 games apiece. In the Midwest Division, it's the only division that had the top 2 seeds survive round 1. Wisconsin beat Minnesota 8 out of 10 times in the regular season, but that means nothing now. The Wendigo have a huge edge in the offensive firepower department as they rank 4th in goals per game in the regular season. Minnesota ranks 20th. On the defensive side of things, the Wilderness are just slightly better than the Wendigo, but both rank in the top 6. Minnesota has been lethal on the power play, 25% in the regular season. They were 33% in their series sweep over Kenai River. Wisconsin was 0 for 13 on the power play against Chippewa, but they were a perfect 9 for 9 on the PK, even scoring a short-handed goal. Victor Widland leads the Wendigo on offense with 2 goals and 4 points. 19 players recorded at least 1 point in the 3-game series sweep. In between the pipes, Max Beckford was dominant, a 1.27 goals against average to go with a .966 save percentage. He's been on fire, and he could be the match for Isaac Posh, who's been just as good, if not better. He's allowed 1 goal in each game and is rocking a .964 save percentage. On the attacking side of things, we said the Brown Bears had to stop Kevin Marks in order to have a chance, and guess what? They didn't. He had 3 goals and 4 points. Reed Davitella also had a pair of goals for Minnesota. They'll need more from their depth if they want to get back to their first Robertson Cup since 2015. Finally, in the South Division, we've got the unstoppable force against the immovable object, Oklahoma, and their high-flying offense take on Shreveport and their knee-buckling defense. Now, let's not get it twisted. Oklahoma gave up the 3rd fewest goals in the regular season, but they are known more to put the puck in the net. The season series saw the Warriors take 5 of 8 from the Mudbugs. Oklahoma has a top 10 power play that was even better in round 1. Shreveport was not good on their 26 power play chances in round 1. Oklahoma, though, had the top PK unit in the regular season. Shreveport was 3rd. The Mudbugs killed off 21 of their 22 penalties in round 1. Just in general, they need to clean that up because you can't give a team like Oklahoma that many chances. Brendan Williams scored the game winner, series clincher in Game 3 to give himself 3 goals and 6 points in the series. Drew Sutton scored 3 times and had 5 points. 9 different players found the back of the net for the Warriors. 4 of those guys with multiple goals in net. Dylan Johnson got the start in every game. He was pulled in Game 3 for Daniel Duras. Johnson finished with a .295 and an .860. Duras played 39 minutes of shutout hockey and got the win in relief, so we'll have to wait and see if Coach Garrett Roth goes back to Johnson or rides Duras for the foreseeable future. For Shreveport, it's been a battle to produce offense, but Lone Star would do that to you. Jaden Goldie had the OT winner in Game 2. He leads the Bugs with 2 goals and 4 points. Drake Morris had 2 goals in Game 4, including the OT winner there. And then in goal, the Bugs have been rotating Simon Buechler and Nikola Goich. Buechler is 1-1-1 with a .98 goals against average and a .957 save percentage. And the huge Game 5 shutout. Goich has been great himself, going 2-0 with a .152 and a .943. Now, if the rotation continues, Goich will get the nod in goal in Game 1 against Oklahoma, and Buechler will go in Game 2. We'll have to wait and see if Jason Campbell wants to keep that routine going. You can watch the Division Finals on NAHL TV, follow the North American Hockey League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Check out the Robertson Cup Hub on NHL.com for schedules, scores, news, and highlights all in one convenient place. Check out the latest Short Shifts podcast as Brandon Hofstra and myself talk even more in depth on the Division Finals. Thanks for joining us here on Today in the NA. I'm Vinny Paracelli. Join us next week when we see who's on the cusp of reaching the Robertson Cup.